Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet. Today, catching up with lost friends. I have a variety of different friendship groups that have evolved and disappeared through my life. I feel currently I have probably the lowest number of friends ever. It's one of these ironic situations associated with social media, that you have a lot of people that you cohort with in social media, but you don't really consider many of them friends. And certainly not good friends. Certainly not friends that have experienced parts of your life and have a certain degree of intimacy and understanding with you. I guess in some regard these short funk recordings enable some of that, but this is a one-directional thing. I'm just providing this audio for people, and people don't really interact or influence my life as they once did. Through my moving, through various aspects of my life, I've lost contact with people. I don't feel too bad about it. Facebook fills the gap with some of that, but really of the people that I talked with and had interactions with, very few of them remain. In fact, progressively it's been more than 8 years now that I've been on Facebook. I've gone through periods where I've just purged legacy friends that don't really seem to have any degree of interaction with me. This process has been a way of not necessarily unloading emotional burden, but just feeling like I'm a distinctly different person now. I don't really need these old people. They're not really adding anything to my life, and quite frankly, I don't think they're getting anything from my interaction with them. In this light, recently I was contacted by a woman who I knew 20-odd years ago, maybe 18 years ago. She was a social acquaintance who was probably, I don't know, I'm never really sure about how old people are, but she was considerably older than I was at the time. We had a friendship that was based in large part associated with where I was in my life at that time, the whole early Noble 8 period, this kind of evolution associated with my escape from Australia. And in this regard, I don't know. Some people are just inoffensive, and this friend was inoffensive to me. We did have a few disagreements associated with some rather curious observations that I made in Malaysia. Well, I didn't think they were curious, but she thought they were particularly curious, mainly associated with the place the Buddhist religion actually has in Thailand, and the fact that I found a great degree of comfort sheltering in Buddhist temples when I travelled into Thailand versus the cities that, brothels and things like that, which weren't really anything that I wanted to be involved with. And in this light, these minor conflicts made me think, okay, so this is an incidental friend getting back in contact. She's asking about my life currently. I can at least give blocks of description associated with the things that I've done, experiences that I've had, some degree of overlap. But one thing I have really very little time for currently is criticality. My perspective is, I've survived, I've gotten to where I am. Sure, I could have done it in a number of different ways. Sure, there have been problems and other things like that. But my life has been relatively unique, and I'm satisfied. Given the same life again, I would probably do much of what I've done to date. And people who observe certain aspects of my life and say, well, you should do this, or you should do that, or this is wrong, or you need to do that. These people are just noise to me. They don't really add anything to my life. And quite frankly, I'm here because I'm here, not because I've made wrong decisions or right decisions. Decisions have been made. I've gotten to where I am. I really don't have any need for, I guess, what one might call a pseudo-parental relationship associated with these things. Thankfully, the use of Facebook has decreased over recent weeks, as the lack of recording short funk podcasts has also decreased. So I thought, I can write a few paragraphs quite comfortably here. But the archetype of the lost friend who makes contact after now nearly 2 decades is somewhat curious, something that I don't see as frequently as I might have thought of, and actually quite comfortably I think a lot of the people that I knew 2 decades ago, they're actors in a play that I was a part of, but they have no pressing need to get back in contact with me or see what has occurred over the past 2 decades. And it's an interesting process to actually write down 2 decades worth of experiences and travels and changes and summarizing 5 years down into a paragraph or 2. These are all things that I find interesting and curious and worthy of a short funk recording. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.